together with...
The Thursday game?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Hey, David.
Yep.
We're on the internet.
Hello, welcome to Family RPG. I'm David Leonard, Dungeon Master for Arcana
Of the Ancients. There's an echo in here.
Only in your head. Oh.
What? I can't hear you.
But before we begin, for a point of inspiration, what happened last week?
Unfortunately, I don't really have any new notes from last time, so...
Oh.
Wow.
We fought something that had weird abilities around force damage. Because I remember with all my superiority dice knocked out, but not my spells.
Oh yeah, it was a reflective armor on it. Yeah, we needed to buy. We needed to kill two of them and skin two of them in order to be able to make proper suit of armor out of it.
Yeah.
Yes. We thought it was the things that were underground. We went to the nest. You were behind a tree on the right side.
That's
you
right,
were over
yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Our minions were back at the ship. I was in the nest.
Yeah.
And the wolves came in. We butchered one, completely trying to put it together, get its hide, but managed to get the other.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we went back to the town. I don't remember the name.
On the way to the town, there was the crab with all the heads on it.
Yes, with all the villager heads.
The village people, you might say.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
And so we took that out, took part of the crab, took the heads in a duffel bag, and reported those.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny how stupid things on here.
I was able to cast Speak with Dead with one of the heads, so in the very least we knew which head that city, the city head came from.
Yes.
Of these
What
twin cities.
What were those twin cities?
Let's see. I got twin cities listed here. Lugiolamis
Yep.
and Jargolimus or something.
Yargolimus.
Yargolimus. Yeah.
And they had the giant 2-mile
2-mile
crosswalk.
Yes.
There a river. That's right. We were going to repair the walk.
Well, it was like a railway.
Yeah. Well, we had
elevated rail.
We had to clear it out of dead people.
Well, it was kind of vague as to whether or not are they all necessarily bad people. Are there any innocents in there?
Yeah, I think there was a decision. There were some innocents in there. Homeless people who had no other cover. So we couldn't just shoot flames down to take everything out.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking flooding.
Yeah, I thought lightning.
A simple pump up if you close the doors on one end.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But anyway, so I think that's where we were. Did we have an opportunity to do a rest?
Not yet.
Not yet. Ah. So.
Oh yes, I particularly remember because we had this huge sack you were holding, and you're like, you don't want to ask what's in the bag.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, let me do the persuasion check. Why did I let you talk?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Alton gets the point.
Yay.
Yeah.
And also today I had made the thought. I don't think I had mentioned, all those episodes back, but in the city of Garon. Why did we never make the connection of the fact that they have glowing rocks there, and they built the city on these rocks? We built the city on glowing rocks, or rocks that glow. That's it. Rocks that glow.
Rocks that glow.
We built this city. We built this city on rocks that glow.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Very good.
But they can't sell the rocks.
No.
I mean, they tried.
I'd give you an inspiration point, but it's not my job.
You already told me earlier. I was like, nah, it's not worth it.
No.
Okay.
It popped in my head for some reason while I was unloading boxes on truck today. I was like, wait a minute. That's a pun I didn't think of before. No.
I hope you didn't say that out loud, because that would be
I was in the freezer
interesting
alone.
to explain.
Yeah.
I was in the freezer alone, yeah.
Yeah.
I hope that you recognize that many of the characters I end up making, to some degree, they're fantasies for me. Not in the fact that all these have superpowers or any of that. It's that they're useful in some respect, or they have some kind of goal. They have spouses, they have children, they have ambitions, they have natural talents that I could develop if I were a wiser or smarter man. So, you may want to be a god of language. I don't have a good vocabulary.
He don't speak real good English,
there's that. So, the player might try to, might forget about what a word is. I know there's a word that exists for this. What is it?
Yes. That
my character would know.
Is that all Stance really says about you?
Okay. I have daddy issues too, okay? You want to say that?
Okay. Anyway.
I mean, we all know D&D's basically group therapy.
Yes, evidently.
With dice.
Yes.
Yeah. Makes it more interesting.
Roll for further insanity. Already there.
That's a different game.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Call of Cthulhu?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I assumed you were going with.
Cast a spell, go insane. Learn
Okay.
something, go insane. Want to control the thing you cast a spell? Well, you don't have that ability.
No. It's you got it here, that's all you get.
Yeah, I don't remember where we ended up at, though. What was the last thing we were doing?
Well, a history check.
History check?
We got to one of the cities. I don't remember which one it was we went to.
History. 16?
You were at the southern city of Lugiolamis.
Let's put a star beside that one. Yeah.
You know that they've got about, from either end of the sky bridge, they have about 200 feet cleared out. Yeah. So there is a safe spot where there are guards and some kind of commerce. If people actually do make it all the way through the 2 miles without being injured and get their stuff through, they can be let in and they can get to the other city,
Huh. Okay. Interesting. Do they differentiate between a marauder or somebody who's just coming out to get some supplies so they can go back in and...
If people have no intent of harm and actually prove themselves whenever they have traders licenses or whatever, and they have I have the passage.
Yeah, because nobody would kill somebody for their trader's license so that they can freely go between places.
They still have to go through security check before they're allowed through.
Okay, sure. Sure.
Yeah.
So if we go in, we never get out.
Yeah.
Don't mind this big gun.
Both leaders of each city are saying that they're looking for mercenaries willing to clean up the umbil. Pay can come in the form of shins, oddities, or even property in one of the cities.
Ooh.
More
soon to be beachfront property.
Okay, I'll see more graveyards. We got a plot of land here.
But that there is also a constructor named Limek, who is actually a quarter of the way through building a new open area. Because right now, if you have a long rest, you said you wanted a long rest. Yeah. It would be about 9 to closer to 10 p.m. by the time you come out of it, because you were about midday and long rest.
We had a long day.
If you want to go through the tunnel at night, the tunnel that's currently built is completely enclosed and has its own forms of artificial light. At least they have the sections that they have cleared out are powered, lit, and have some sort of a general trade, commerce going through them. But then they have once you actually get up there, you'll see what details of the actual protection they have going. But beyond that protection, it is trash fire pits and maybe some creatures that have there's no power. And there's no external sources of light. It is completely enclosed. Whereas the new one has an open roof. So it still lets in natural sunlight, even though it's glass, so it doesn't actually let in the elements. It's just more naturally lit.
So it's just a tunnel, essentially.
Yeah.
So it really wouldn't matter what time of day we go.
No, it would be dark regardless, yeah. Or you can check out what the other guy's doing with the new tunnel.
Well, what would be the
I
point?
made the suggestion that maybe he's actually in cahoots with some of these marauders that are inside the other old tunnel, so that if you stay in there, you force the cities to let me go through with my project, and I get to squeeze it for all the money they have.
Well, what would be the point of
And
going?
now it's being criticized for being evil.
The new tunnel isn't completely done then.
No, it's a quarter of the way through.
Quarter of the way through. What would be the point of going down the new tunnel if it isn't done? It won't take us anywhere, and there's nothing to clean out because nobody's there. So,
Well, the person who can
let's want to work for the guy and
build the structure that spans a 2-mile thing elevated can probably tell us what to avoid in the tunnel.
would he do that though? But okay.
I mean, it's below it, right?
Yes, the new tunnel is just below the old tunnel.
So they have a vested interest in not seeing the rapid descent of the old tunnel.
Yeah, if the old tunnel were to collapse on top of the new tunnel.
That seems short-sighted. You think at least put it
off to the side,
like a block away from the new.
just-
Well, if you
just
only
off
have
to the
2
side.
spires.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this tall elevator leading up to it in the first place.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that works, and a little bit into it works, but
But who the hell went up instead of down, though? Just make a channel.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they had to go across some water and they didn't have a way to make it watertight. Anyway.
True. Again, this Earth billion years in the future. So who knows what the terrain was like back when it was made. I recently saw a meme of how there was I think it was India. They built a bridge over a river, and then there was like a hurricane came through and literally moved that river across from the other side of that bridge. So like that bridge was completely useless. I mean, it went over a ravine area, but like it didn't push past the river. It's like, oh well, so much for that.
Okay.
That was a waste.
Okay. It sounds like the real job is cleaning out. What's the job pay to clean out the?
like I said, it can be
Well, that's right.
shins, oddities, or even property.
Yeah. Okay.
Would we have use for property here? How is this area? Like obviously it's not great right now, but it's because
it's still
commerce.
fairly well developed. I mean, it's a home to about between the two cities, 80,000 people. It's made of marble, stone, glass. It's being restored to its former grandeur.
I mean, I'd say we give it a try and
Clear it out.
yeah. First, let's talk about structural things because I don't want to blow the place. Well, I don't want to destroy the place. I don't want to say I don't want to blow it up. I just don't want to do so unplanned.
Or while you're in it.
With
Well,
precautions.
if the guy's got a quarter of his new one done, and we didn't get a quarter of the way through, and if something blows up and falls down the other one, the new one.
Or
Kinda messes him
if you
up.
blew it up like far enough down, and if it just sort of crashes down right in front of the old one, then you just go right into it. There you go. It's already yeah.
Usually things don't crash down to where you can actually use them anymore.
No. That happens too much in Fallout games, though.
Ah.
I get this on this highway now because it's crashed just in the right direction.
Ah.
I can walk up it, and I can't drive a vehicle, but yeah.
Okay. So the rebar held it together enough to go.
Yeah, literally, it's
Yes.
rebar. It's just exposed
Yeah.
rebar. It shows it. Yeah,
Okay.
Okay,
it's a
well,
video game.
strong glass, despite how its material looks, feels, and is worked like glass, has the strength of steel.
Okay.
Okay, so it's pretty sturdy.
Transparent aluminum.
Yeah.
Pretty
It's
much, yeah.
AC of 19, so it can be broken.
Yeah.
Somebody wants a paladin that wants to look like a barbarian. This wears glass armor.
Okay.
I'm thinking a quad with a shield of that in front and a blunderbuss sitting out the front end.
That would be helpful, yeah.
Okay. So we're going to go up. You want to talk to us? Probably talk to the people. You want to talk to the new tunnel builder guy? Okay. No. Let's go and see if he'll even talk to you.
All right, so you go to the first section. It's a lot easier to. There's still quite a bit of distance between the new and old towers, vertically speaking, so it's like it's a lot faster to get to the new
Yeah.
guy. Like I said, it's about a quarter of the way done. It's got like support structures underneath it and tons of different automatons. There's no human workers involved in any of this. They want everyone to be safe and secure as possible. In terms of, the less people directly involved with it, the less likely things are to crumble or fall apart.
I hope the unions don't catch word of this.
Yeah.
Well, it's like he's willing to do this himself, and with like, if they have to pay less employees, like you don't have to pay these automatons to do anything. You're just paying him to put all this
Well, there no
manufacturing.
automaton rights activists yet?
No, thankfully.
Okay.
Robot rights!
Robot wrongs. Okay.
Robot lefts? No.
So here's a guy basically, he has an office in the end, at least the closest end of the section, which from the most part looks fairly similar to, except for the dome, open ceiling, is nicer, friendlier, is built to at least most two people have come in and across at least the completed section. He stuff here it is. Okay. So yeah, he's got this yellow cloak on, and he's got a whole bunch of just gadgets and gear and things, and he's like testing these smaller nano machines, and you can see various 3D building part kind of things. So they're trying to get like a macro and a micro complete production cycle.
What is this, a tunnel for ants?
No, he's trying to make sure everything can be.
I don't know where I just made a movie reference,
Yeah,
that's all.
yeah.
Okay.
And so he's like, "Oh, come in."
We didn't get the knock. Hold on. Anyway.
I understand you're building a new pathway.
Yes, my name is Nimek.
Nimek. Well, I'm Alton, and me and my companions are trying to consider clearing out the tunnel above. Kind of worried about any structural damage. Can you fill me in on what it might be able to take and what it definitely won't?
Well, it is quite capable structure as long as you don't explode anything.
Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, when we're saying explosions,
Like C4?
You have sunk my battleship!
I don't have C4.
Oh, good. C4 would be very bad.
It's more gunpowder and various things like that.
Oh, no, you might be able to put a few holes in things, but nothing,
All right. Do you know how the ventilation system works up there?
It doesn't. Yeah, all the electronics were disabled near the center section.
So how are they getting air to those towards the middle?
You have gas mask and oxygen tube.
Okay. So how are the inhabitants refilling those?
They kidnap people who try to go through.
Okay.
Every breath you take.
We'll take it from you.
They also make small holes in structure on sides and top.
Okay. So, what are these nanos you got here?
Oh, they help to make a variety of things to help build the procedures, prospects.
What do you have to feed them for raw material?
Oh, just various metals.
How fast do they work?
It depends on what you want them to build.
What about deconstructing?
Reconstructing. It's a lot faster than reconstructing, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Say, armor or floors? Anything like that?
That sounds a little dangerous.
I was just thinking, if in a pinch, a hole showing up below someone in that above tunnel could be effective and hilarious.
It might hit new tunnel.
If it wasn't deployed until, let's say, a little over a quarter, about halfway through.
They would hit ground. Very tall and very hard.
I thought there was a river.
There is river that goes in the other, actually goes adjacent to, not underneath it.
So, theoretically, it could be a nice last-ditch effort, correct?
Well,
Would it be possible to program them to make a hole and then regenerate the floor that it had deconstructed using the same materials?
not immediately. You would have to reprogram them, and it would take a few hours for them to be from deconstruct to reconstruct. It's like one or the
Oh, you
other.
couldn't just have like.
No, not instant. No, they would interfere.
How fast do they deconstruct?
Oh, within seconds if it's small enough.
Is it only metal?
Yes,
Could they be repurposed?
they are meant to deconstruct just metal, so it's not dangerous. We don't want any organic material for sure.
Well, no. I'm sure you put safeguards in place for that.
Yes.
What if somebody had an artificial heart? Or iron flesh. Sorry.
Right. What about things, iron flesh or armor or things like that people might be wearing?
Those are considered organic.
Armors?
It depends on how much is synthetic and organic.
Okay. Would you be willing to partner with any of this so we could try and take on the people upstairs?
This is entirely funded by the people of the town. You'd have to ask them, and not at liberty to redistribute what they have authorized me to use.
Okay.
That's fair.
And could it theoretically be possible for these nanites to reconstruct more of their own from whatever they can find?
No,
No?
no,
They aren't replicators.
no.
So they can't build other nanites?
I have to control the reproduction so that they don't go out of hand.
Okay. So who do we need to speak to about possibly obtaining a small sample?
Is there a distributor?
Margot, she's the town mayor.
All right. Is there anything else we should be aware of if we went up into that top tunnel?
There are many bandits, raiders. It is obviously difficult to breathe in many spots. There not a whole lot of food or water sources, so
Okay.
I can make good berries every once in a while. They're good for a day. In fact, I've been making them every day.
How many... Are there rival factions up there? Or are they all working together? Do you know?
I have not been up there very often myself.
Okay.
Are there cannibals?
I have not been up there very often myself. I'm supposed to build this one. I do not care about that one.
How long do you expect it to be until you're done?
Probably another year.
Okay. That's pretty quick.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
What's that?
We will go speak with Margot and we may be back.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
As we walk away.
Mm-hmm.
And ride the elevator back down.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess at the bottom, find someone who looks like they know something and try and find the mayor.
Roll a history check.
Marco? Ooh.
No.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Okay.
Eight.
You would know where the Capitol building is, and you would know that it takes a lot of effort to get anything going. The fact that they got this it took like a year for them to get this project started in the first place,
Uh-huh.
with all the bureaucracy and rigmarole of having to go through multiple channels of government to get things started and authorized. You'd have to go through all the paperwork and smoosh up the right people in order to get whatever your business, the fact that they trust Limec and Limec alone to use these products for these purpose.
Uh-huh.
That he's trying to go through these blueprints of further safeguards to prevent the initial downfall of the security and electronic system of the, because it was fine until things just stopped working.
Yeah.
And they just debated over how to get it to work again for so long that it just fell into a decrepit state. And it's like, well, let's prevent that from happening again.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Gold last.
Yeah.
So Margot's on vacation, huh? Did we find her?
I mean, she's busy with other things, and you'd have to put in like a requisition form, and have like Limec sign it and all kinds of other different things. It's like, it seems very unlikely that they would be able to get to you within even a couple weeks, of
Could I try and make some persuasion checks to speed up the process?
Yeah.
18.
They'll see what they can do.
Considering that we are brand newcomers to this city, and they're willing to talk to us through this ridiculous bureaucracy, I suppose we should accept that as being a plus.
Even if I can get a sample on the way out, this stuff sounds entertaining.
They're willing to consider if you do clear out a significant section.
That could be part of the payment.
That could be part of the payment.
Okay.
Oh,
right.
So we don't have to do the whole thing, just a significant section, huh?
Yeah. If you clear out the whole thing, you would get like key to the city and personal property and all kinds of things, adoration of all sorts. But since loads of people have gone up there and many of them don't come back out, or if they do, they're just like, don't go in there, man.
Is there a at the city hall a watch commander or anything?
Not at this time.
Okay. Want to find out when it's most active in the tube, so there's no light. They'll have no set.
You bring in your own light, or you try to find unused, like dead, people who happen to have some sort of light source or food or something on them and who haven't been scavenged.
Could we maybe try to do an investigation check of some sort to try to find somebody who has been through there, or at least try to, and then come back out. One of these you say, "Don't go in there, man."
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so investigation then.
Yeah.
All right. Not much better. That's not any better at all. 6.
You have no idea.
No idea. All these people look pretty traumatized. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, the best we can do then would be prepare. We could have some sort of a light source to bring with us. Anyone got those glowing stones from the other city?
They would glow immediately around you, but instead of, you'd have to literally throw them on a regular basis just to, like, a little glimpse of what's going on. It's not, it's not a flashlight.
Well,
I did grab 12 of the glowing stones.
I could cast Produce Flame, and that would work for a while, though it's good for 30 feet. But,
I have torches and a tinderbox.
Yeah.
It's in the explorer's kit.
Right.
Because only, let's see. Yeah. I guess am I the only one that has dark vision?
Yeah, I think so. I've got the glasses.
You have glasses, okay.
I've got the goggles, night. Yeah.
You also know in general that before things fell apart that the artificial sunlight that was supposed to regularly rotate things out was supposed to provide like natural oxygen and other clean air sources through the various trees and things that they planted to make it look more inviting and more normal for people traveling through it. So it's like, oh, instead of just trying a very controlled climate kind of thing. And of course, now that
there's trees in there, there should be some sort of air.
Well, without the light, they've withered and died, and like vines and other things have grown over and stuff. It's just
vines they would provide some level of oxygen.
Your idea of putting water in there wouldn't work too well if we put holes in it to breathe.
Sufficient volume of water with small holes. Who'd care?
Well, yeah, if they were small holes.
Relatively, yeah. Do we want to try to investigate the reason why this place ran out of power?
We can certainly do that.
Obviously, if we were able to find a way to bring that power back.
Well, it sounds like the power's cut in many places, so you might be able to extend it a little ways and then go there and extend it further.
Roll a history check.
History.
Come on. Much better.
6.
Unnatural 20.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
You would know that in general, it all started when the motorized walkway and the trams stopped working. So it's like they were trying to figure out how to make the mass transit still work. And it got to the point where temporary patches were put into place, but a lot of these things, the people who had originally built them had been long gone, and a lot of those original plans had been missing. And so people who kind of sort of knew how to make it work, it's like just jury rig to fix things, but those jury rigs don't last like they're supposed to. And it just got worse and worse to the point where they couldn't divert power to anything.
So it's like when O'Brien looks inside the circuitry of the original series Enterprise.
Yeah, it's goes, like, what is this?
What is it? Oh!
yeah. It's like, this may special work, and it's like, no, this is a horrible mess.
Okay.
Well, the basic concept of what they're trying to do is like select a section, clear it out of any enemies, and then try to section it off, and at least try to restore what section of power it can have. So it's like routing things through and trying to fix the patches, so at least we can get like another 100 feet or 200 feet working again.
Okay.
So then hold the line further in.
Actively trying this, or is it sort of stopped?
For adventurers, the actual guards themselves are just trying to hold the line. And for people who come through the city or people who just feel adventurous,
so they've had other people.
They volunteer to help clear it out, and the more they can clear out, the closer they can come together.
Are there any other kind of supplies that we would need to buy?
You'd have to buy the oxygen and gas mask. It'd be about 10 shin for each of you to have something that at least it would last like to go straight through the 2 miles. If you were like walking nonstop and you needed, to have enough oxygen for that. But if you had to stop and do stuff, which you more than likely will do, your oxygen will just keep ticking away, and it's like it won't last that long. But and of course you'd have to be dragging a tank along with you.
Well, no, wait a minute. Isn't there some sort of a system where you could, we could have a, compressor or something, and say put a hole in the side and suck in some more air, suck in good air, or maybe have something that reconstitutes the carbon dioxide.
Some sort of rebreather.
Yeah, a lot of it is just polluted in general between the carbon dioxide and just other poisons and things that these gangs have used as well.
Oh, I'm immune to poison. I'm fine with that. Not disease, though, so I don't like any of those.
Okay. Well, all right. So we get rebreathers, or we get scuba gear.
Are we each being our own individual ones then? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Said it's 10 shin?
A piece, yes.
Okay.
And that if you were to clear out the whole place, they would obviously refund that just because you did the job that no one else could do. We'd gladly pay you each back for your, grievance, for your issues there. Just a matter of, if you're planning on going through, great. You can help our economy.
Leave your funds at the door.
I just realized, though, if there's not much oxygen in there, how effective are my torches going to be?
I think it's still sort of a magical torch. Magical.
No.
No.
These aren't electrical torches. This is,
Yeah.
Yeah, fire. And the fire needs oxygen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, do we have any, the British style torches and flashlights?
That'll cost another 5 shin apiece. If each of you want flashlights, or you can just.
Could we get a helmet?
For some being like heavily obscured, you're effectively, unless you have like dark vision, you can't.
Where's dark vision?
You're not going to be able to see your enemies at all. It's pitch black in there.
Okay.
Black as bitch.
Well, I mean, I can do my produce flame, which should be magical.
Well, certainly
Yeah,
want
good
to
Yeah.
take a long rest and possibly rearrange infusions, spells before we go.
Yeah.
Which I can say you've done in the previous long rest you declared you wanted to do. It's just a matter of, regardless of which time you end up going in there, it's going to be dark. So.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, could you do dancing lights? Is that a cantrip you could do?
I don't have it.
No. Oh, wait. Can you change? I forget.
I
that was a
I-
versatility
No,
that
that's
they
at
added.
ASI's you can change cantrip in the new one.
I can't change cantrips?
Not on a long rest.
Oh,
Or you could just leave this whole thing be and go somewhere else. You don't have to help them clear out their
No,
tunnel.
it sounds interesting.
Yeah, who knows what we'll find in there?
Yeah.
For who?
Yeah. Or who? Anyway.
Maybe while you're looking for supplies that potentially we could use, could I try to do some evangelizing?
Yeah.
Oh, no, don't get us kicked out of the city.
Do we do persuasion or deception or performance?
Why don't you roll a history check on religion? Or religion check.
Religion check. History check on religion.
How about religion check?
All right, yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
good. That's an unnatural 20 again.
Okay. You know that obviously the Queen Empress Shaladin is worshipped, and a lot of people just have like posters and shrines to her. There are a few of Queen Armalu. There are a few other gods, but no one seems to have really time or interest for something new. There's nobody like in like soothsayers or anything trying to, or people just like philosophers trying to.
Okay. Stand up philosophers, huh?
Stand up, yeah. That many of them are actually at either end of the tube, praying to whatever respective god to clear up the tube.
Okay, I guess I'll investigate this.
Yeah.
Head out. One moment, please, as our doorbell rings. I am confused.
Yes.
Oh, it would be Hubbard.
Oh, yeah. He said he was coming in. Maybe, I don't know. He said there's a potential of bringing in the washer and dryer.
Oh.
I didn't know when. It is okay.
You need help?
We might have to pause the. Oh, he said, "Hey guys, I'm outside." Oh, now I get the message. Well, I mean, I could go through at least the initial section. I don't have any particular combat plan for the first section. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
A lot of the initial area beyond the barrier had been cleared up, so just not actually rebuilt yet. So I guess he's going to go help them build that because I have no ability to lift a washer or dryer or help them with that. But
Oh, it's not too bad. I could go give him a hand.
Yeah, it shouldn't take too much.
I gotta move the car. You can go ahead.
Oh,
All right.
Move the car.
go ahead, go without him. Okay,
All right.
we're fine. Anyways, so you go up the tunnel, or at least go up the elevator to the tunnel.
Figured out the light source.
Okay.
Oh.
But
Okay.
it's going to wipe out my shin for all the material components.
Ah.
continuous flame.
Okay.
Can't be smothered, only covered.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So cast it on the blunderbuss,
Mm-hmm.
and forevermore I will have a flaming blunderbuss.
Yeah.
Doesn't do damage. It's just a gun that's on fire,
Okay.
which seems ridiculously sick.
Yes. Yeah. But it doesn't burn you, so.
No, and if I holster it, you don't see the flame.
All right.
You sure you want to do that?
Has to have some intimidation factor.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess so.
So when you go up and go to the entrance that's fully reclaimed so far, you see all these various groups of preachers and praying, just various believers of different groups, and have monuments and statues. Even one of those who have been lost. So they do have at least a little plaque of all of the adventurers who have been missing in action or found dead. So it's like, well, at least you'll be remembered for trying to clear out the tunnel.
Can we sign the guest book? Still alive.
Yeah. And at the end of at least this, about, as I said, about 200 feet out towards this, you can see this very long, at least it fills the entire tunnel. It's like about 15 feet tall, and like I said, about 100 feet wide, wide area. But that there's this group of soldiers decked out in full armor, at least a helmet and shield. The shield actually funnel an Arcana check on the shields that they're using.
Is it a machine?
It is.
Ooh.
Arcana.
18.
It, for all intents and purposes, is a very thick tower shield.
Okay.
But when put together with others of its kind, basically expands to fill up the whole room. And so it's like instead of like a group of soldiers with the tower shield kind of Roman style, so they have like this full defense. It literally just uses its like adhesion as long as they're nearby another identical shield to like, instead of being very thick, and it's like kind of thins out and spreads to the point where they can just hold it in place and basically make it a natural barrier.
How many of those do you need for a good sized barrier?
For this, they currently have like 15.
Yeah, we're going to want a couple of those too for our reward. Those combined with that nanites, we could have some fun.
So basically, they have still have the handles, and so at a command word, they can all like retract back into their shields and move forward, and then stamp it into the ground and regrow again. And so they basically make this barrier. They still have like glass viewing ports through them, so you can at least have. And they basically also represent doors, to the point where they can it can be command word open up a doorway so people let people in or out.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd say you take the glass out and just put the guns and keep moving forward. So, go to one of the guards. Where can I get one of those shields?
They're requisitioned by our security team.
But more as a private individual.
They're not used for private use.
For a publicly minded private individual.
Unless you're actually one of our security team, you're not allowed to use it.
How do I sign up for at least a day?
We don't take temporary security officers. You're signed up for life.
Yeah. That could still be just a day, depending, because I want to clean out this tunnel.
You can certainly clean out the tunnel, but these shields aren't part of the prize.
Well, that's certainly a shame. Where'd you get them? Like, who makes them?
Our security team.
Well, that's...
And there's obviously several places up north that manufacture them and ship them to various government facilities.
Any of those possibly, potentially corrupt government facilities that just sell things?
No, we don't.
Oh, there's always a corrupt guy.
Yeah.
We'll find one later.
All right.
Yeah.
So why don't you guys just push from either end with those shields.
We don't want to hurt any innocent people.
But you could just move slowly and then pull people out.
We have been doing so slowly from either side, as long as we can confirm that an area is clear.
Okay. How far are we into this place?
Like about 200 feet.
Oh, hardly.
Hardly a dent in 2 miles, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Are they farther along on the other side?
No, about the same.
Okay.
There's not been a whole lot of effort since they decided to build the new wall, to build a new platform. And so they're just like, well, we're here to just keep the bad guys out. And if anybody wants to go through, we'll let them. But it's like, it's on you.
So, who's the worst people in that tunnel that you know of?
Worst. Oh, there's
That's the best question you've asked so far.
there's a few jacks in there. They're very dangerous.
Jacks?
Yeah, they can phase shift.
Oh, that sounds interesting. And how do they go about that ability?
They have pan-dimensional weapons that can move in and out of our space-time.
And where does one acquire one of those?
Not through official means. You have to pay a lot and join one of their teams.
Well,
Boy, I wish we had that kind of weapon, honestly, but that's, they're very bad people.
all right.
Okay.
And how far in the tunnel are they?
Oh, about a mile in.
All right, so they're about the halfway point.
Yeah. That's why we can't really get that far without them slaughtering anybody who tries to approach.
What kind of weapons do they have? And what kind of,
They
their
have-
defense would be interdimensional stuff.
Charged swords, guns, all kinds of crazy stuff.
Okay.
Well, all of that sounds like fun toys.
If you can survive.
True.
The
But
only survivors I know of literally just dash their way through and try to avoid them in the darkness. If you make any sort of noise, they'll hunt you down and kill you.
Do they have dark vision?
Yeah.
Okay, we need flashbangs. I think the dark
just
vision.
curious, have you tried to turn those shields on their side and activate them?
No. They don't work that way. We have to actually put them on the ground vertically.
What if you put them on a wall?
They interact directly with each other to make a wall.
Right. I'm saying you put two like this and see if they grow this way.
They wouldn't.
You seem very unoptimistic on that one.
I'm unoptimistic about a lot of things. We've been dealing with this garbage for years.
Okay. What should I look for innocence in there?
There'll be a lot of commoners, grifters. I mean, they won't necessarily be, like, good people, but they won't be evil to you either. I mean, there's a lot of people just trying to survive. Not kill you, just survive. And for many things, it's just criminal activities they may be involved in, but I can understand based on where they are and if they can't find their way back out. You know, child grifters.
If they try and come out, do you let them?
Yeah. With a security check, obviously.
Okay.
Anybody, you know, without any weapons or threat, we try to make sure they're safe.
Okay. How many people have made it through the tunnel all the way?
All the way?
Yeah.
What's his list? About 30?
Over what time period?
Over the last 4 years.
Oh, that's somewhat reasonable, I guess. I mean, that's at least a couple. Less than one a month.
Believe me, none of them came out the same person.
Okay.
So how do you know they went in?
They told us how they were before, and we could see how they were now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Last question. Are there any manslaughter or murder rules to be wary of in there? Just saying, is it only self-defense, or if we're more proactive in our approach, is that okay?
Preferably self-defense. If there are events of more violent nature, then how are you any different than they are?
I'm just saying a proactive self-defense.
Then that's not self-defense. That's shoot first, ask questions later. We don't do that.
How far until you guys don't see in the tunnel?
About 50 feet.
Right. 55 feet. We'll be good.
Okay.
Well.
Okay. What other? You got the jacks. What else is in the tunnel? That what we should be wary of?
Nanos.
Nanos, and those are.
Roll a nature check on nanos.
That one didn't make. If I do it in the thing here. Yes. 18. We got dirty 20.
They use iron flesh to generate brilliant beams of light and fire damage, radiant and fire damage.
Okay.
They also fly. They have force armor. They heal automatically.
Force armor. Whoa.
They are very powerful mechanical beings.
Huh.
Or at least they're humanoids with a lot of mechanical parts.
Okay.
I know we've lost several diplomats going in there trying to talk their way through, trying to. Obviously, they're innocent.
How'd
All right. Washer dryer in the basement now.
Oh, just in there, not actually.
Is he hooking them up or what?
Well, he'll come back another time in order to actually
Right, put them together, yes.
Okay.
Give me
To get them in there. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you need help putting them in?
We are not wise men.
You got a two-wheeler?
They had a dolly to put him in.
Dolly, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
I say wash dryers. Plug 2 hookups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it also matter. He's going to take the old ones back anyways. So he's going to be here anyways.
Okay.
Yeah. And he said he'll collect the money next time.
Okay.
Yeah. So they haven't talked to me before. Just jumping into the role playing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You
we
just
found
suddenly
out,
show up and you're.
we found out that there are some critters
Critters?
evil beings in this tunnel toward the middle.
Beings?
How far are the nanos in?
Oh, about the same.
About the same? Okay,
Yeah.
there's jacks. They have interdimensional defense, so they can warp in and out of the space.
These are critters or beings?
Jacks?
Beings. They're humanoids.
They're humanoids.
Yeah. Okay.
These are some of the inhabitants inside there.
Ah. And
Plus,
Jax
they
is
won't
his
give
name?
us our cool shields that go floor to ceiling and can be used linked together.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are only for
Security
the
guards apparently don't want to share their security guard equipment.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Yeah.
And
Very
Oh,
strange.
and they do not approve of proactive self-defense.
Oh. So they don't want us going, I start blasting.
yeah.
No. But they say they only see about 55 feet.
Okay.
And then afterwards it's the darkness. So.
Okay. So after that, we're on our own.
Yeah.
And we already signed the guest book for those who go into the tunnel.
There is a mural or a plaque of everyone who has been either missing in action or killed in action.
Okay.
So at least you will be remembered trying to clear the tunnel.
And he said about, in the last 4 years, 30 people have made it through the tunnel. But they're not the same people that went in. They came out.
Are they changelings, or they
They're emotionally scarred.
Oh, okay.
Or have been physically injured.
They're
like
not the same
Maine,
people.
so,
I mean, it's like,
Yes, yeah.
are they literally different people? What's going on? I don't know how it works. Okay.
That's what we thought.
Oh, and my solution for me to have a light source, continual flame cast on the blunderbuss.
Fair enough. You already have it out anyways.
Yeah.
And a flashlight on the, yeah, that makes sense.
So it's just on fire.
There you go. Hashtag blazing. Okay. I mean, I could have my flame cloak on too, but I mean, that only lasts for an hour, so.
All right, so you go through the barrier and enter the tunnel proper.
Didn't we have some sort of at one point, like a cube or something you could put down, it would expand to a room, and you could like be safely inside it? And
We
then
had a
when you're done with
one-time use device, I thought.
Oh, it was a one-time use device?
Yeah, they tend to be just one use, yeah.
Just thinking of something we could use to get a long rest. If
Whatever
need
we get is
in the
random.
middle.
Yes.
Yes.
Could I have, before we entered, having seen this mural slash plaque of different people who have gone in, are there individuals that I should be looking out for potentially to find their remains?
There are a few that are undetermined.
I don't think you're gonna have time to talk to the dead.
But hey, maybe they're surviving family members would like to have one last conversation with them, even if it's only asking 5 questions, and only their severed head. I mean, if you want to carry the whole body, that's on you. But
and they are at least able to contact either side of the ridge to see whether someone has made it through the other side or who's going in or whatever, and they say report to them that if you see these people, they mention you and describe you, so they make sure, like, let them in if they do make it to your side.
Because they'll probably be near death.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what the description on the other side is of us. Alright, well, I think I'll mount up on the battle pony and head in.
Were we able to lock the doors on the our flyer?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
unless you want to leave somebody
Secured and-
behind, I mean.
No.
No, we need the meat shields.
Exactly. I'm just making sure that our ride is secure.
Like I said, that you've got like individual like key lock things that you'll recognize having been close. And
Yeah, we can lock it.
But also, it has no form of self-defense, really. It's just armored, so people could try to...
You could try to break it open and hijack it or something.
Or even just... I don't think you would be smart enough to hijack it, but more likely just try to scavenge parts from it. That's what I'm thinking. If people were really that desperate in this area.
Of course, you could just leave it floating in the air, like actually leave the motor running, so to speak.
And
then eventually it would just like land itself, you know.
Well, we can't be using up all that.
No, you already have
Right.
little fuel and gas. You've already used like I think 150 miles so far. I know you were keeping track of how much fuel it had and how much to refuel and stuff.
Right.
So.
Yeah, even though we didn't get a last distance from you.
Oh, it was another 100 from the fortress to Lugiolamis.
Okay.
So.
So yes, we are at 150. Because we have all those weird oddities that we got there just going in for a few extra miles.
Yeah, after all of this, we'll probably just end up being asked to be paid in oddities then, so we can keep the car running, so to speak.
All right.
Some like common ciphers that you already had duplicates of. Like we won't need that many of that, but we're not gonna hold that many, so you can get at least a little bit extra. From them.
Well, I say we should get going.
Okay. Sally forth. Who's Sally? I don't know.
Sally's here too? Okay.
Yeah, she's the fourth. Don't ask what happened to the other 3.
So you got your masks on. You're keeping 6 feet apart.
I mean, if we wanted to try to, if somebody had a lightning chain of some sort, I think it has to be at least 10 feet apart. In that case.
Out of melee range.
Yes.
So who wants to go first?
The one with the light?
Everyone should have a light at this point.
Did anyone else pay the 5 shin for
we
a
did buy it,
flashlight?
yeah, flashlight, yeah.
Oh, I have flashlights, sure.
Mine's got a crank on it so you can recharge it.
I bought one for Phil as well.
Mm-hmm.
You get like arm ones so that we just.
No, it's like Doom. You have to actually hold it in one hand. You can't actually mount it to anything. You're either holding your flashlight or holding your weapon.
You have an artificer. Could you try to mount this to something instead of just letting it hold it?
Let's see what I have real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Even like tinkering tools.
Tinker.
Aren't you a tinker?
We don't have a lot of guns. I still have that. Okay. And that. Sometimes you gotta look in your bags and see what you got.
Very important.
Yes. Like what I'm doing with the spell book, I have no idea. But I have.
Well, you got something from the Essentials kit. I'm guessing that you picked up.
The endurance spell book, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. I think I can do this. It's going to be a little weird knowing the tools that I have to use. But I assume with Tinker's tools, Weaver's tools, and trying to avoid using the Cobbler's tools because that'd be a very weird flashlight.
You want to put it like a head-mounted thing, or?
Yeah, just kind of on the shoulder.
Shoulder mounted, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try and mount it up for those who need a light.
Okay. So I use a similar type of thing.
Let's see, what kind of
So
check would that be?
Well, it'd be the tool for the skill,
Yeah.
and then intelligence.
Yeah.
You're gonna make one for both of us then.
Well, one for
Something.
each.
One for each, yeah.
You need separate rolls. If I can make it
separate
once.
rolls, separate rolls for each one.
All right, so we need 4.
Looks like it.
Okay.
Well, Luxo needs one, right? Did you buy one for Luxo?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so
I suppose I can just hold mine if you want to at least make one for Phil because he needs to be able to carry his weapon
it'll
and
be the
shield.
backup.
Yeah.
All right. Number 1. 14.
Success.
Number 2. 17.
Success.
Number 3. 8.
No.
You're holding one.
Yeah.
Number 4. 18.
Good.
All right. You're holding yours.
Okay, I figured that as much, yeah.
Okay.
They consume materials that you can mark off, or?
Well,
I mean, I think like the tinkering tool says.
I
it's covered,
figured it
leather
would
straps
be-
and-
unweaving some of the hemp rope
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
and weaving it back together to fit.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right.
So, I wish I could change on this description the length.
I have 50 feet of hemp rope. How many feet do you need? I'll just erase.
I'll just use up my rope.
Okay, use up the whole rope.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a very elaborate weaving system.
Indeed.
Assuming you haven't already used your rope for something else at some point.
I mark them off when I get rid of them.
Yeah.
I just don't look in here all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I still have a potion of healing.
All these kind of things you just don't even notice. You know?
Yeah.
It's just like,
It says I'm not encumbered. I don't need to watch my equipment.
right.
I still have my mystery key.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's not going to work in this universe.
It's for any lock.
Any lock in the Forgotten Realms.
Locks are locks.
They're
Just a
fish.
1 in 20 chance.
Oh.
Do you think it's going to work in a creek or a river?
I mean,
Does it work with a bagel?
Crap.
Could you use it at a hairdresser's?
A lock of hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We're at a pastry shop.
So we've got our flashlights mounted somewhere. So, good for you. All right.
Bagels and locks.
Yeah. Yeah. I already used that. But anyway.
You did?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
I know.
I do have +0 to my perception, so I
Okay.
couldn't hear you. You hear everything, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I once again made fun of your appearance. I apologize.
All right. We're
Okay.
very
That
forgiving.
wasn't very big of me.
Anyway.
Now I'm thinking if we make it through this, I'm casting continual flame on the war pony.
We
Sure.
can't hide him.
I'm thinking make all the hooves look like they're on fire.
Rabbit
Maybe the
dash.
head.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, the tunnel is nearly the width of this entire area, and like I said, about 15 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
Just big enough to fit a lot of the heavy machinery and equipment that goes through, but not so tall that it's like nothing's gonna, go through that needs to be this tall.
Yeah.
Too bad we couldn't have our friend with the drill.
And just
That would've worked.
drill. Just to let everybody know, I make 10 good berries a day. So I always got this one spell slot used up because of
Fair enough, yeah.
So everybody's got 2 good berries every day.
Appreciate it.
Automatically.
Mm-hmm.
Pass them out. So. Okay.
So you don't pass out.
So you don't
Yeah.
pass out.
Yeah.
Right?
So you go through, and very
Okay.
quickly you see the dilapidated state of this very dark, now dim light tunnel with your flashlights going through. If you want to make perception with disadvantage,
Yes. Well, we have light though.
it's
so-
dim. It makes it dim light instead of complete darkness.
Okay.
I'm wearing my
So then
goggles.
I treat dim light as regular light though.
Okay.
And I'm
You're
wearing my
normal.
I'm wearing
I'd be
my,
normal.
my
You're
goggles.
wearing your goggles.
So I treat that as regular.
So 2 of us.
I have dark vision. I have dark vision.
I've got a dark vision spell.
I have a gun.
You've got a gun that lights up. Okay. 16.
Disadvantage.
What's the
Perception, you said?
Perception?
Yes.
These are really cool flames
Oh.
on my blunderbuss.
In that
I'm
case, I
just
got
saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I see.
25.
Oh wow.
25, I think I see.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Phil only got 8, and Ray got 11.
Okay. The 25 is the only one that happens to hear muffled screams.
Whoa.
Hearing.
Here?
Well, I got big elephant ears anyway, so I hear
Okay,
perception.
fine. Yeah. So, as far as seeing anything, sorry,
Clarify!
sorry. You're right.
You would have advantage on hearing anyways, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
Okay.
It's like, we can please speak up. I'm not wearing pants. Wait, what? How is this really? It's a TV show reference, yeah.
Right.
My apologies. Even with those rolls, you couldn't have heard this.
Okay, fair.
Okay.
But still,
Yeah.
just closed and overgrown. One of the carts, one of the trams,
Yeah.
is thoroughly shut, and you can hear someone or some noise like crying from within.
Okay. So there's looks like some sort of a vehicle up there that somebody's screaming in. I could
crying.
Just hear it. Crying. Yes.
I don't know why I'm correcting you, but
Yeah.
crying?
Crying.
Is that what you meant?
Yeah. Yeah. They're making.
I think I would have heard screaming.
Screaming. All right. They're.
Hey, maybe a whimper or.
They're.
Why don't you lead the way?
But since there is no power, this thing is
Right.
not only not lit, it's completely shut. You can tell that there are windows, but they've been like completely overgrown with dust. So that you can't even see inside, and whoever's inside can't see out.
I'll use precipitation. I clean the windows.
I cast.
There's dust both on the inside and the outside.
I cast produce flame on the inside. Can I do that?
You have to throw that.
Oh, I have to throw it? Throw a flame? Okay. Out to 30 feet.
I mean, this says instantaneously clean or soil an object no larger than a cubic foot. So, It doesn't have to be on sale. I have to be on the same side of it. It's all within 10 feet.
You see a donkey.
Hector!
Out of character, in character, please.
Yeah.
Donkey. There's a donkey in there, guys. And it looks like it's crying?
Yeah.
A crying donkey?
Huh.
I mean, we've seen Stranger Things.
Yeah.
We saw an enormous crab that had people's severed heads on it. That was just yesterday.
More like an octopus, but okay.
You want to make a strength check, try to open the door, or try an Arcana check to try to see if you can get some sort of unlock from the outside.
Can I try using my mystery key first?
It's not a normal keyhole; it's a panel.
I know.
You can try to like hotwire it to
I was just doing a callback.
slide open, or you can try to force it open.
We get it.
Okay, Luxo, and I will try it.
I'll try doing an Arcana check. Oh, yeah, that's his die.
Okay. Let's see. Does it say strength?
Yeah.
Okay, well. Huh. I think Luxo did it. Yeah, I don't. Luxo got 7. And I got 11.
Doesn't budge.
Doesn't matter.
I only got 11 for my Arcana.
You have no idea how to make it open.
All right. Let me try to use an Arcana. It's a machine, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Give me my chocolate.
Wow.
That 20's going to you somewhere.
Indeed.
Not on any attack roll, but.
Of course not. Oh, and Dad already took some of the candy, the terrible candy, earlier. So
if he rolls a 1, he's already taken the candy for that 1.
You're already taking his medicine.
But if he rolls another 1, he has to take more candy.
Yeah, I was feeling, yeah.
I feel like you're confronted with so many choices in that thing, just with its size.
Yeah.
And I really don't care what it is, but I'm just like, let me look, okay, that's one shape.
Yeah.
It very plainly has nuts in it. They would refer you to take those.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you figure out how to open the door.
You get the idea that if you were to like basically attach a relic to it, that it would provide enough power that would, or just a cipher. It would drain the cipher, but it would give it enough power to force the door open.
Huh.
But you have to provide it with some kind of significant power.
Does that include like my stealth coating? I mean, it's like a spray. It's not really powered per se.
But with his check, he'd be able to figure out how to basically hotwire it to provide enough power. It would drain the it would be like putting a battery into something.
I get that. But it's like, would my stealth coating count as that? I mean, it's a, it was given to me as a cipher. Yeah. I guess it really like nanobots that are covering you, and it makes you invisible that way.
Could I rig it up with a 20 to just drain some charges from my iron flesh rather than get rid of it completely?
Yeah.
How many charges?
2.
2? Alright. I will drain 2 from my gauntlet, hooking it up, because that just sounds cool.
Okay.
They connected in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Yondu connected what's her name? Into the mining vessel. I was like, this is going to hurt. Oh, promises.
Yes. All right.
The door opens. The tram lights come back on. At least the individual, device itself. The vehicle itself. And as the door opens, you hear the clearly hear the crying of this donkey. And inside, you also see a pale man lying on the ground, dead.
Pale man.
Bald, yes.
Does he look like he's pale because he's dead, or is he pale just because that's his race?
Man, Giles is dead, man. What am I gonna do?
Who's dead?
You talk?
Yeah, dude.
How long have you been in here?
At least a couple weeks, dude.
Wow.
Did you kill that guy?
No, man, we couldn't find our way out of this tram, and he just died. There's no air in here, dude.
Well, how'd you live?
I'm cursed to live forever as a donkey, dude. It's a very long story.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Hector! That sounds familiar. In another life, I think.
You would not know.
Oh.
None of you would know. He would recognize you because, breaking the fourth wall is his thing. But no, man, I've never seen you guys before.
No.
But I've seen you before.
But I've seen you before, just not you.
Another life.
What other us's have you seen?
I probably couldn't tell you, man. That would break laws, probability and stuff.
Of probability?
Yeah.
Okay.
My probability.
I really want to bring you
So-
to a game.
How did you get here?
Dude, this portal opened up in my shop,
Oh.
and it took me away from my shop and my partner here, Giles. And we tried to find our way out. And I've got hooves, so I can't really do anything.
Yeah.
And he just ran out of food and water and died.
Oh, wow.
How long ago did he die?
About 2 weeks ago.
Were you just screaming again because of it?
Whenever I heard something coming out from outside, I'm just kind of like trying to get your guys' attention.
Yeah. Okay.
So you showed up in this car.
Yeah.
And you've been here over 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Is there any particular way that your friend wants to be cared for?
Well,
If
I'd
you're
like to be
alright.
sent back to my own world, please.
Well,
How would
That
we
makes
go
sense.
about doing that?
We're from a place, I don't know if you've heard of it, the Forgotten Realms.
Yeah, we spent some time there.
Oh, dude, man, maybe that's where I met you.
But we're not quite sure how to open the portal.
Well, I don't think you have to open a portal, dude.
huh?
Banishment.
Oh, banish. So if you banish somebody to the original realm, they stay there?
Well, let's see. That target remains there. Okay.
But this guy's gonna live forever. He could be a fantastic meat shield.
If target is native to a you say this and phrase it in that way. You know what? No, just stop.
Please. What is your alignment?
I take back what I say about your
Thinking out
yours.
loud.
Just,
Thinking
yeah.
out loud.
Out
Dude,
loud.
that
You
is
admit
rude.
that it's out
No,
loud.
No.
I am not a meat shield.
Okay.
All right. If the target remains okay. If the target is native to a different plane of existence than you one you are on, the target is banished with a faint popping noise, returning to its plane. If the spell ends before 1 minute has passed, the target reappears here. So I would just need to concentrate on him being away, banished.
Long enough.
He would go back to his.
But can't you
where
send
he's
Giles
from.
with him, too?
Yeah.
I mean, by that point, it would just be an object essentially, and if he's just holding him on his back,
He would just go with him.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would think.
Mm-hmm.
This is specifically say one creature, and while Giles is not personally a creature,
Yes.
so
Is it everything that creature's holding? I'd assume so.
Apparently.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it doesn't say anything about like they
But
they
he
leave their
So the
stuff.
question is Hector holding?
Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Hector, the drug dealing donkey dude.
What type of stuff are you dealing?
Well, I got lots of potions and medicines and things, but
They're not here.
no, not on me. They're at my shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where is your shop in case we ever do end up returning to the Forgotten Realms?
Yeah.
Where?
It goes from place to place. You might find it, whenever you need it.
Okay.
So are you
Cool.
possibly here to help us for some reason?
I can't help you without my shop and without my partner here.
Oh, I wonder if it doesn't really say like where it pops you back. So it would send you back to the Forgotten Realms. I have no idea where in the Forgotten Realms, but you would go back there. If you were able to happen to pop back right into your shop very conveniently, would you be able to? Well, you off hooks. Would you be able to grab something from your shop and then come back with it?
No.
Within a minute, and then I can
no.
send you back again.
No.
I was
You can grab it.
make
in your
a
mouth.
persuasion on this.
You can try.
Well, wait a minute. There's no choice. If you don't concentrate long enough, he's coming back.
Oh, that was so close to the 18. Man, okay. That's only going to be a 14.
Tell you what, dude. If you can manage to send me back and keep me there, you can keep one of the things I found in this tunnel.
Okay.
He points to the back of this, vehicle. And I can't pick it up myself, but it's something you might be interested in. As a thanks for helping me.
So I gotta use up a 4th level spell slot in order to.
So what is this thing?
Oh, I don't know, dude. I've never seen it before.
Okay. So we take a look at it.
Yeah, if I were able to cast it, if I did cast it at 5th level, we do an extra creature.
But it's an object. That which has made it a creature has left.
Exactly. No, absolutely. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying, like.
So it can be a held object or
Indeed.
lashed to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on its back. Yes. Excuse me. All right.
So let's see what this object is. I'm thinking perception. Not very perceptive today.
Be an Arcana check.
Arcana. That's even worse. 8.
Is there anything else we want to ask this guy
You wanna
before I
look at
send him back?
This object?
How do you think the portal came?
I don't know, dude. There's been a lot of like unstable portals showing up all over the place.
How'd you happen to fall into it?
It appeared below us.
Oh. Whoa.
And then it came out from the top, so we kind of just landed into this tram.
Oh, you came right here. You haven't seen...
No, we have no idea what's going on outside.
Wow. Okay. You're in a bad place. But you're lucky nobody else can get in. Apparently there's a lot of bad people out there.
Obviously. But you're not bad people, are you?
No.
Well, that's good.
Not according to the civil authorities of this location.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds very specific and foreboding.
Would you be able to say the same thing, considering what you deal in?
Oh, dude, man, I try to...
Yeah? Uh-huh.
No comment.
There we go.
Okay.
So let's not talk about each other's laments, shall we?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you want to send the talking donkey back? Or should we just send him towards the guards?
I gather you want to go directly back to your home?
Yeah, I mean, even if it's just somewhere else in the Forgotten Realms, I can find my way there.
Okay.
I just can't do anything here.
Okay. Well, how about this? All right. Well, also, we should probably introduce ourselves so that if we do encounter ourselves again, you could call out to us or something like that. We remember you.
Well, sure thing, dude.
Maybe.
Yeah, everyone remembers Hector, dude.
Indeed.
Yeah.
think
I
we'll
really
forget.
need to point out, how many talking donkeys do you expect to come across?
I mean, maybe we don't see him in a crowd. We don't. We see another donkey, but we know it's a donkey.
Yeah, if you talk to it and it talks back, we know it's him.
I really don't want to start talking with donkeys.
Wait a minute. Are you saying all donkeys look alike?
It's actually. Well, you know what? When we were in the Forgotten Realms, I could not tell the difference between donkeys.
How many donkeys did you see?
Putting them down.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
We were over there for a whole year, so
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Anyways, I'm Ray Stance.
Yeah.
Here's Phil.
All right.
Boy.
I'm Arthur. This is Luxo.
Nice to meet y'all.
Uh-huh.
I'm Alton.
The pony has no name.
Right. Well,
So you've been to the desert on a horse with no name?
well, a pony with no name, but yes.
Okay.
All right.
We actually have been through a desert. Yes.
Yeah.
Would you? Oh, have you heard of Stance?
Nope.
Send them
We like a
back.
pamphlet. There's an extra little pamphlet right here.
Yeah, just put it in one of the compartments here. He just, kind of leans towards various pouches and things he's got.
My other pouches are empty.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here you go. Yeah. Just
All right.
All right, dude.
And this
Okay.
is how the Forgotten Realms came to ruins.
I already spent a year there proselytizing, so yeah.
Well, Hector, in case you want to know, you're actually in a car that should be traveling down a transportation tube that's 2 miles long between two cities, and the tube is defunct. And we're trying to clean it out.
He's like, "What's a mile? I only work in metric." Is that like a kilometer?
Let's see. Can I find out 4 kilometers? I forget. That
I
about.
thought it was like 2 point something.
It is 2 point something per mile, I think. Anyway.
I don't know, dude. That sounds. Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. Excellent. Management.
All right.
Good luck to you, and we have to wait a minute.
Did we ever verify that the Forgotten Realms was his original home?
He said that's what it was, yeah.
Okay. He said he was from there,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
not that that's his original home.
Oh, true. I mean, that was the last place he has been.
Mm-hmm.
If he's some
Well,
sort
does
of
So it doesn't work if it's not his original home, or what?
I mean, he'll go to wherever he went. He's not from here,
Okay,
Right.
right.
so
From here, yeah.
he'll go to wherever.
Oh, so you just did a general. You can't banish to a specific place. You
No.
No.
So
Okay.
what this means is, in 54 seconds, we start tickling Stance for a laugh.
That's why I end up using another fourth level spell slot.
Want to do the New York Times?
Okay.
No, I'm good.
Oh, concentration. You never could concentrate. Anyway.
So what is this thing in the front of the cart?
Yeah.
Roll an Arcana check.
Go ahead and roll.
Cipher machine, I take it?
Yes.
Woohoo! 19. There, pass that over.
Mm-hmm.
The face gets so predictable.
Yes. He's getting another. Okay. I just been kind of glancing through, trying to decide which one it should
Which
be.
one it should be?
You want to just randomly roll for it?
Something that would help us in this.
You'd like to think so, wouldn't
Yes.
you? Yes.
It's a rice cooker. Oh, great.
The Sphere of Annihilation Gatling gun. It just keeps firing out Sphere of Annihilations that don't stop moving.
Can't stop, won't stop.
You find the Eye of Mental Contact.
Eye of Mental Contact.
It is an uncommon iron flesh that requires attunement.
Okay.
This prosthesis replaces one of your eyes with a slightly oversized metallic version that you can see through it normally. In addition, all creatures with minds you can sense within 100 feet are lined in your sight with a glowing aura, allowing you to gauge a creature's relative strength of mind, weak, moderate, strong, godlike, and see its silhouette in otherwise lightless conditions. The eye has 4 charges and regains 1d4 expended charges daily at dawn. You can speak telepathically with others who are within 60 feet by using 1 charge per contact. Communication is two-way, but the other party must be willing and able to communicate. You don't have to see the target of telepathy, but you must know that it is within range.
Huh.
You can have more than 1 active contact at once, but you must establish contact with each target individually as an action. Each contact lasts up to 10 minutes.
So this sounds really cool.
True.
At least it's not the head of Vecna.
True. The hand or the eye.
No, the head's much more
Oh, the head of
interesting.
Vecna? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Didn't
You have
know
to
that
put it
was
on
the
it
thing.
the same way.
Wow. Oh.
Put it on.
Well, as you can imagine, with the hand of
Yes.
Vecna, you have to cut off your hand. With
Oh,
the eye of
okay.
Vecna, you have to pluck out your eye.
Uh-huh.
The
Yes.
head of Vecna, well, unless you're an Etten, I
It's a
suppose.
spoof magic item.
Uh-huh. Okay. So this thing apparently goes over your eye. Because it said you could
It
see
replaces
through
one
it.
of your eyes.
Oh, it replaces.
You have to-
So you do
You have to surgically replace your
Yeah.
eye with this.
No.
And I don't think any of you have any
Okay.
surgical tools to make the proper...
No.
I have Tinker's tools.
Can we use it to power our ship?
Ooh.
I don't think it, we necessarily need a. I mean, it's a neat item, but
It is on page 71. Whoever's holding on to it.
I
you don't
wouldn't
have to-
mind holding on to that
Certainly
thing.
hold on to
Yes.
that, yeah.
As long as you're not holding on to too many.
It's a relic.
It's
correct?
iron flesh, requires a
Right, so it's not a cipher that blows
Right,
up.
right. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that.
All right. Come on.
Oh, I forget then. Would my flame cloak then be considered also a cipher as well? Page 73? Would that be... All right,
That's
it's
No,
not
that's
iron
Iron
flesh.
Flesh.
iron flesh. Okay, so would
So
that...
it was Eye of Contact?
Eye of mental contact.
Mental Contact. And what was the page?
71.
So that is not... my flame cloak does not count against my 3
Right.
types
Right.
of... Okay.
So that is Iron Flesh, and need to find a way to get that installed.
Yes, to whoever wants to replace an eye with that.
okay. Well, anyway.
I already kind of have one on half my face. I might as well look like a guy from Mortal Kombat.
So what about half your face?
The mask?
Oh, the mask. Okay.
Yes.
I forget you had this mask. Okay.
The thing that gives me advantage on all these rolls with Arcana.
I knew you had a thing for that. I just didn't remember. Okay.
Okay.
Now I'm trying to think of what that guy's name is. Is it Kano?
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess you can take away Hector now. So I
Yes.
concentrated for a minute.
He's gone.
And nobody tickled me.
Alright. He's gone.
Or
Giles
attack
is
me.
gone. Honestly, another reason he wanted to leave is make sure we get somebody to revive Giles. And since that can't be done here.
And he can probably pay for actual reviving as opposed to.
Yeah, he can.
Just.
He can resurrect, very,
He knows people. He's got connections.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it bad I'm sitting here wondering if the pole collapsing can be used for this installation?
Well, for the removal, possibly.
We needed the Red Rider BB gun. That'll get the removal.
Shoot your eye out, kid.
I don't know.
In one of my times of playing the Man in Red at McDonald's, I actually, there was a kid actually came through and he asked for a BB gun. I was like, I gotta say the line. I gotta say the line. You shoot your eye out, kid. And he's like, no, he's already got one. He just wants another one. As his brother told me. I was like, oh, okay. Well, that sort of shoots down my line.
But still, the line.
Exactly. They're young kids. They didn't understand the reference. So,
No.
yeah.
My kids have been subjected to that movie enough to know it.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. So, continue on down the line. Do we?
Or you want to keep on going, or you want to regroup now that you have at least for maybe about 10, 15 minutes, you got this enough power to have something going on in terms of...
Can this car be made to move?
No, it's like completely entrenched where it is. It's got enough power to light up and at least has some sort of air filtration system from within. So it's kind of trying to cycle through and clean itself out of it.
Well, we hadn't really encountered anything to this point, right?
No.
Right.
So, I don't know if there would be any way for us to create a means of like barricading this area off so that, okay, hey, we have temporary power. It's not going to last very long. But, okay, we can at least, they can move their, point of operation.
Basically, they've been expecting is if you can provide power to something and report a message back to them through the tram system to say, hey, this area is good.
Yeah.
They can move forward and restructure.
Hello?
Let's do that then. We got
Can
power.
I figure out a way to take the air recycler off this unit to use later to recharge our kits?
Roll a intelligence check.
Is there
Interacting with
intelligence
the
or
machine?
Well,
Yeah.
I love this mask.
Yeah.
I mean, my intelligence straight is +0. 10.
No.
Okay.
Could I see what he's trying to do and try to do it myself?
Sure.
It's just more opportunity for me to try to get candy, right? So
Obviously.
16.
You understand how it works, but that it would require too much power to.
It's meant for cleaning out the whole room.
Yeah, this room. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It was ambitious,
specifically-
but
It's not just the actual unit itself. It's the filters and vents and things that go throughout the whole tram itself.
I don't have any HVAC training, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. It's more complicated than just the
okay.
actual.
So let's communicate with the guards and have them move move up a little further. I don't know how they handle that. If they have to move and then restore power to the section
They retract and basically use their shields as further cover while they march forward to the point where they can rebuild it and then continue to restructure. They get all their engineers and teams going through and actually further putting up lights.
So how many more feet do we get? About 20 feet, 50 feet? How far?
I mean, you were moved out about 200 feet from where they.
So we doubled their distance.
Yeah, I'd say.
The real question is, why didn't they go this far in the first place?
Like I said, a lot of time they just put into. By the time they had further movement, they started rebuilding the new one.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, if nobody's coming up here, to help us clear it out, and they're focusing all their money on building a new one. We're just holding the line.
Okay. So they got another 200 foot out there.
Huzzah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we get any credit for that?
I think we could probably go
We can,
farther.
well, we can go a bit.
Okay.
I mean, it's 7:47 right now, but
Yeah.
let's at least see what's in the next room.
All right.
Or in the next part of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
It is a walled off section with basically gate entry for tickets please kind of thing is currently sealed off. They don't have any.
That's after where this tram was?
Yeah.
Okay.
This seems odd.
Basically like a security gate check thing to, like, once the tram passed through it, it's safe to keep moving on the rest of the way.
Okay.
But that from this end, no one's currently occupying it, and it's sealed off.
All right. There's a room there.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, let's see what's in the next room.
Do you want to sacrifice another object and do an Arcana check to, or just try to force the door open to?
Let's try and force the door open.
Right, force the
Yeah.
door.
And
You and Luxo, yeah.
Give me some assistance there. They give me another.
Can I just cast mending on the door to fix it?
It's more of it either
It lacks power.
it lacks power, it won't open. It's not like mechanical locks or anything. It's
Okay. We got a 17 plus 3, 20, 30, 20.
you managed to pry it open.
Okay.
Oh, remind me next time. I got a crowbar so you can have advantage.
Oh, okay.
So you see this is a basic security sweep station that the tram would stop in between, and then like checks and various inspections before balance. Yeah, before it would be let further in, and none of it obviously has any power, and obviously there's another door on the other side that's still closed.
So we inspect this room.
Yeah, roll a perception or Arcana if you're trying to actually use any of the equipment.
Well, I'll use
Oh.
Arcana.
Pass me
Can't-
the candy.
Oh no.
Wait, you didn't roll one before, did you?
No, I
Yeah.
didn't,
So you don't need.
So
it
you don't
right
need
now.
the candy.
Yeah.
You already
Yeah,
took your
okay.
You don't
candy.
need to put the-
But if you roll
You're
again,
later, yeah.
All right.
I'll use
Okay.
Arcana for figuring out the equipment.
I'll do Arcana. Phil's doing Perception.
alright,
Phil sees something.
21.
okay.
Phil got Perception of 22.
It's going to take at least a relic or more charges of iron flesh to.
Your iron flesh recharges what, overnight, over short rest?
At dawn, it gets up to 1d4 charges.
Okay. So you expended 2
So how many
charges.
charges is it going to take?
4.
4. I don't have 4.
Mm.
What do I got?
What about
If you have a relic that has 4 charges to it, you can expend that as
what
well.
about raise?
I have my Flame Cloak. It has 4 full charges.
Okay. You have to roll an
You can
Arcana
use
check to.
2 charges from you and 2 charges from him, or what?
So what was your Arcana roll?
Oh, my Arcana roll is only 11.
Okay, you don't know how to use your flame cloak to power it.
Yeah.
Uh,
To get it's a small port here, but I think it's just the button. I don't know. But okay, with the perception check, then what did Phil find? Of 22.
He found a bunch of about 6 oddities that had been contraband, that had been locked up.
Oh, okay.
There was like a safe that had been opened.
Can
At some
can we
point.
roll see what these oddities are? 'Cause I'm sure they'll be silly.
Sure.
It takes up time.
Sure. Let me find the oddities list here.
well, I could give up the cat's eye cipher. I don't think I ever use it. The dark vision thing. I've got the goggles. Want to do that?
If it'd be
Well, he
enough power.
said a relic or...
I thought it
Something
said
with
cipher.
4 charges.
Oh, a cipher doesn't have charges.
No.
Well, they're usually one use.
Oh, okay. 4 charges.
Yeah.
Takes a lot.
Well, is it a metal door?
Yeah.
I was hoping to save this, but it'll at least get us past this. I have metal death, as opposed to death metal,
Yeah.
but it eats away metal.
Oh, this is a potion or something?
Decipher.
Oh, cipher.
You lost where the oddities are?
I did. I see mutations. I see.
There's not an appendix?
So,
Can't find it. Oh well.
Well, if there's nothing we're going to want to
I will just
take anyway.
spray it down with metal death
Okay.
and make it nice and brittle, just like glass.
Okay. So you're spraying down the other door, or you're spraying down the equipment, or what do you?
The door,
Okay.
so we can get through.
The hope is to be able to, get this thing up and running again, so we wouldn't want to spray the equipment.
Right.
I was really hoping to save that for offensive uses, but hey.
Mm-hmm. All right. The door collapses.
Yay! All right.
I just wrote down for Phil 6 oddities.
Okay.
Can we have our shield guys move up just to the other side of this door? So they can have this whole terminal in the light?
At this point, they're trying to just rewire and reclaim what you have already given them. So perhaps if it's still clear after a couple of days, they'll move forward again.
This is a very slow group.
Well, they want to make sure everything is safe and secure before they lose too much ground, potentially. If they move up too far too fast and get knocked back.
I mean,
Okay.
sure, I guess. Okay.
All right.
You want to go through the door?
Yeah.
All right.
You and Luxo?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, roll perception.
What do we perceive? Oh, I got a...
22.
Let's see. Perception. That would be a 28. And a 1.
And a 1. Oh boy.
28 for me, and Luxo got a 1.
Luxo's like, ooh, shiny.
Yes. So what do I cast? 28.
You see a small community of just a couple of families. They're in rags, and they've got basically rations, and they're just kind of wandering around, and there's like holes. They've got gas masks on, but there's like just a lot of them are very weak. Some of them are just kind of just wandering around, just kind of staring, kind of. They finally see that the entrance is open. It's like, can we leave now?
Yeah.
Let's just give them our good berries. How about
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
All right. We give them good berries.
At least 10 of them.
Your souls.
How many are there?
There's like 6.
Okay.
Okay. I'll just give them
Okay.
a pamphlet with each good berry.
How many of these pamphlets do you have?
There is an interdimensional space where horrible demons keep making them. They serve two purposes. One, to make people go away. 2, for reading and then use of in a restroom.
Or they can be burned.
But you can tell that these innocent people knew that at some point this security checkpoint gate would be open. And it's like, then we can come through. Otherwise,
Okay.
trying to stay as far away from danger as possible.
Well, it sounds like if this place was sealed off, that there wasn't anybody coming through for quite a while. All right.
All right.
You see there are like significant holes in the ceiling that perhaps someone could have like rappelled their way up and like walked on top of the skyway
Oh, yeah.
to get past that barrier, but not a whole lot of people could,
Is this literally outside or on?
Yeah, outside. You can see there's a like shafts of light coming from the ceiling.
No, wait a minute. Somebody told me there's no light at all in here.
Well, I mean, when
I
it's
see light.
daytime, right now it's night,
Yeah.
but
Well. Yeah, but I mean, I thought it rains in here too.
in this particular area, yes. If there
And
are
obviously there's air
people
coming
have-
through.
in this particular area, yes, but they're not big enough holes to fill the whole
Yeah.
2 miles with air.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, do we want to set up where some of these people were staying for right now and then call it that, or do we want to keep moving?
Probably want to call it at that point, just so we don't get into a big fight or anything.
We don't necessarily take a long rest right now.
Yeah.
We just
Right.
No. Just to prepare for next session because
Yes.
we're a little late
Okay.
starting this time.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
And not this Thursday, but I think we're assumed for next Thursday.
Yes, we
Yeah,
every
I'm
other
good.
Thursday.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's
It'll
even
be-
spring break.
Mm-hmm.
Huzzah!
We'll be back to Descent into Avernus next Thursday. Of course, next Monday, more of this.
Whatever this is.
Arcana of the Ancients.
Okay.
So until next time, happy gaming. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.